Well, all right. I guess we are in for another episode of the R2K-0 podcast. I hope everybody who
Yo.
celebrates it has had a Merry Christmas and soon to be a Happy New Year. And we are now here once again, this time to talk about 2.5. I am joined by R2
Hello.
and Kete.
Yo.
Can we recap 2.4 a bit as well? Because I feel like the last podcast was 50 years ago. We skipped like all of 2.4. Like
actually,
literally all of it.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Kate the Seventh, and I'll be your host today.
So,
Yeah.
2.5 recap, R2. Go on.
2.5.
2.4, sorry.
Okay, 2.4 recap. We got the best unit in the game, Dylan. Everyone knows that. And then we got the best DPS in the game, Bonway. I might be lying with that one, but who cares?
Yes, like to me more.
Bonway is very cool.
Yes, he is.
I hope that he's like a stepping stone for future characters. Because I enjoy having special inputs for like anything really. I wish every basic attack he did was a special input.
Holy shit!
But you know, it is what it is.
Even in fighting games, you press one button for punch, one button for kick. You still got
No,
single
but in
buttons
fighting
there,
games you have fucking light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, and then you have crouching, standing, and then like ascending. You have several ways to input those.
You do. I think
anyway.
direction input thing would be pretty cool.
Yeah, my favorite
Technically,
thing
he
about
does
Bonway.
with his dodges, right? So
Yeah, kind of. My favorite thing about Bonway is the taunt cancel, where because the thing I wanted was an actual motion input, and while doing like basic EX whatever is cool, doing a motion input is just more satisfying. And until you found, or like whoever found the taunt cancel, there's just nothing. So now I'm like a kid waiting for Christmas. And then on Christmas Day, I do my taunt cancel and the combo, and then I go back to sleep for another year before I can do it again. But it's really cool when I do it.
I think there's the little sound effect as well, the like shoom sound effect whenever you activate Crushing Peaks.
Yeah, like
when
the,
that's
right.
when that gets timed at the exact same moment that you like land Lion's Roar or something. It is just a character that feels incredibly good. It does. I do find that it's a little bit pitiful how I don't think that many people will roll for Banyu, or that I really hope to be proven wrong because of the difficulty in execution and his somewhat lackluster performance. But man, he is an incredible character.
I actually think
you
he's
yourself,
really
right?
strong.
Sorry, go on.
I actually think he's like very strong. I think his power level is not the issue. It's just the pace of gameplay feels a bit odd at times. But I'm here using Rainbow Bondway Steel Cushion level 10 with Yuza on the team, and I'm getting like pretty good results. So I don't think his strength is really the problem.
So comparative, I suppose. Idhari kind of mocks him in his own fights in that regard. It's just his resource generation that's a bit annoying. But I know that, Keshe, I really wanted to kind of bully you for not rolling for Bindway Mindscapes and being like, you abandoned the best boy. But it seems like you've proven me wrong, right?
Look. After the last podcast, there's so many people saying that I betrayed the male society, so I had to prove y'all wrong and get my boy M6. I had to.
But you were bullied into it. What are you talking about? We're rewriting history now.
He's the coolest character in the game, in my opinion, and also I had a tragic thing happen off screen. I made a community post about it, but I was grinding an M0 P1 Bonway, M0 P1 Dylan, M1 Lucia with one copy of Rena Sig kill off screen, and I was telling Lynn about my progress. I even called him and asked him to give me some motivation because I was about 4 hours in. I was losing a lot of motivation, and I eventually got it. But here's what happened. I got off the call with Lynn about 4 hours into the session, and I was like, okay, let me go get something to eat. It's fucking 3 a.m. I haven't ate all day. Stopped the recording, got something to eat. Came back, grinded for like another 3 to 4 hours. Finally got it. Lost my shit.
Did restart the recording.
Text Lynn, showed my Discord the screenshot, and I was just about to go to OBS and hit stop recording, and motherfucker, I did not hit. God damn it.
Yeah, you did. The moment you said stop recording, I knew it was
I was like, Andrew, I called
I've done
Lynn.
the same
I
thing.
called Lynn, and I was just like so defeated. He was like, "Bro, what's wrong? What's wrong, Kete?" Bro, you don't understand. I'm not doing that shit again. That was painful. I'm not doing that shit again. So it's a kill that I'll never get to show because I refuse to do that shit again. It was the most painful experience of my life.
That's so sad.
Hope that has taught you a very valuable lesson about just using replay buffer instead of recording.
Yeah,
Probably going to be the best option.
but
the recording settings.
But he is, I think,
Right.
is the coolest character in the game. I think people do over exaggerate how weak he is. I understand you got to put in effort, and I 100% agree with the effort part because I've seen bad Bonway play, and this is not me talking shit about people. Like, I've seen like subpar Bonway play compared to good Bonway play, and he probably. Maybe other than maybe Haru too, but those are probably the
There's
two
some pretty
characters.
fucking bad Haru.
Yeah, maybe those are the two characters in the game
Yeah.
where good and bad play is a literal 180, maybe even a 360, 480,
Like a 3-character
like
difference.
720. Like the difference is massive. It's crazy how big of a difference it actually is. So I can understand why people don't like that, and I think that's fair.
I hope that does not dissuade people from actually getting the character, because, as you know, Artie was saying, hopefully this is, you know, the beginning, right? That we get more characters like that, because it is
Yeah.
really, really fun. It's really cool. Just the layers of different things that you can do as well, right? It's not just a taunt dodge cancel, it's like the dodge and the parry stuff, and mastering that as well for the out of sun period, or even just the visceral feeling of timing your little inputs every time you go into a combo. It's like, all right, I'm going to do SBS, BBS, swap away, trigger that chain attack, go back, do it again. That's great.
I actually don't like that you can pre-buffer inputs, because the main thing I liked about Bono in the combo event is that like I got a perfect time, like all these, like every move. But in the stun combo, it's not automatically one. But then ideally you just pre-input it, so it happens while you're doing other stuff, like you're going to dial in for the whole basic. And I think that kind of takes away from this experience. Like, it's still really fun because, you know, I still press the buttons, but it's not as satisfying as like actually timing it. So for me, the second half of the combo is like where I'm actually playing Bonway. Like, I feel like I'm playing Bonway.
Yeah, that's interesting, because to me, I actually feel the buffered inputs kind of times even make it harder, because once you get a feel for the timing, they don't feel particularly complicated to do. But whenever I buffer, it's like, okay, I have to do this thing as fast as possible, because the faster that you swap out of binary, the faster you input the buffer. Like if you do something like one Spartan to Lance Raw, triggering stun quickly means that you're going to be cycling through your combo faster.
For
that
that
means you
path,
have more
yes.
time at the end of it to check in more like one Spartan to Lance Raw. So sometimes
But
I'll catch
with-
myself doing inputs faster than what I do them too fast, in the sense like, okay, like I swap like as I press the final input, and then I go into the chain attack or the ultimate with dial in.
You cancel
Then I
it.
realize, oh wait, I have 3 stacks instead of 2 stacks left.
Oh, or
I
that.
messed up.
Yeah,
Right.
with Shaker into Tremor, whatever it's called, table flip. With that one, you can't instantly swap off because you're just gonna cancel it. So it's I have to like awkwardly wait a second and then press this. I'm not a fan of the pre-buffers personally. That's like the one thing I
see.
dislike. It's nice for like obviously for tech and then for just quality of life, but I personally just prefer having to time it myself from a gameplay perspective.
Because when you loop, I remember when I was getting footage for Binary, I had to sit down in training mode. I'm like, okay, let me loop the full perfect cancel combo, right? So, you know, one spar, Lion's Roar, Earthshaker, Mountain Tremor, and let me do like 3 to 4 times just in a row. And once you get into the rhythm, it's like, okay, I can feel it. It's like there's a beat here that I can feel. So it's pretty nice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's dope ass character. And ironically, even though his banner, because by the time this goes up, pretty sure 2.5 is going to be live, or will be live a few hours after this podcast goes up. So Bonway's banner is more than likely going to be close to an end or already ended by the time we put this up. But however, I do somehow feel he's going to sell more than Ihari. This is just my gut feeling, because Ihari had the lowest selling banner so far in ZZ history. But I kind of expected that, because the amount of interest I saw on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, even my Discord server about Ihari felt like an all-time low. Even videos across multiple YouTube channels, including myself, like Ihari just did not do well for so many creators. I know so many creators told me.
Just been breaking records with that. Look at like worst banner after worst banner after worst banner. We went from C to Orphe. I think Lucia sold okay, and then Ihari.
Yeah, but I know a lot of creators told me that their Ihari views were significantly lower than normal. But with Bonway, the interest is there, and even if some of it's bad interest, the interest is there. Like, he's getting significantly more views and talked about significantly more. Again, even if some of it's bad press, you know, what's the saying? Like, all press is good press. Is that what it is? Like, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Something like that. Because
I just woke up, so I might be saying it incorrectly. But yeah, I do think he might actually sell better than her, even though his banner was shorter, because I think the interest was there.
And most sales happen in like 3 days anyway.
Sorry, what was 3 days?
Most sales for a character happen within the first 3 days anyway, so it shouldn't be affecting it that much.
Yeah, I guess usually it doesn't
be affecting it that much.
Often the if anything, that may actually contribute to Banyo, because I know that a lot of people, they try to build resources over the course of a patch to see if they can, you know, do those single pulls to hopefully get the character and get lucky.
And then they don't.
And then exactly, they like, okay, all right, whatever, I guess we'll have to swipe. And then that's when the rolls happen. So who knows? In a way, perhaps having is this the shortest banner in all of Hoyo history? Has never been a single banner as short as Banyo in any of the Hoyo's games, right?
I believe that Hu Tao's was also the same length as Bonway, but someone can correct me. Either hers was someone can correct me. Either hers first ever banner was only 14 days. I'm pretty sure
longer than Bonway.
It was but that's what I'm saying. It was either the same as Bonway's or 14. I can't remember, so someone can let us know in the comments. I'm pretty sure.
I can only remember the Ayaka banner that said it was going to last for like 240 days.
The infinite banner, COVID banner. Oh man.
How long was
yeah, so who knows? Maybe the short period will get people to roll for him. But I hope he does well.
Okay.
Searching it.
Yes. Hu Tao's first ever banner was 13 days and 23 hours. So basically 14.
Yeah, 14 days. So yeah, Banyo is certified.
World record. Banner.
Oh my god. But yeah, you know what? I'm kind of with you on that one. I do think that this is a bit of a biased perspective as well, right? Because the people that, you know, we're in contact with are not necessarily going to be, you know, just the casual players. It's a lot of, you know, other creators, people who are invested in the game, people who kind of like pushing for scores and kills and all of that. And pretty much everyone I know, even if they said they weren't going to roll for Banyo, kind of bit the bullet and was like, you know what, this character looks too cool, I'm going to go for it. And so it feels like a lot of people have rolled for Banyo simply because he offers that kind of different approach to gameplay that we haven't really gotten for a very long time, I guess, since, technically, Harumasa, really, kind of technical playstyle. So, yeah, I think...
like every character can be optimized to, like, an insane degree, but then with Bonway and Harumasa, it's like the baseline is the optimization, almost.
Exactly, yeah. It's kind of like... I think there's a difference between... how well you route a fight. So, you know, the difference between, you know, Minato on Wandering Hunter on a casual player and like a more experienced player is the difference between, you know, barely breaking 20k and getting 50k. But the way that you play Minato is still fundamentally the same, right? It's just, well, you get to just use your specials and build your adrenaline and set up your combos. There isn't anything particularly complicated there. But then you look at Harumasa and say, okay, no, you actually have to align your anomalies. You have to do your chain trigger attacks. You have to
honestly, the main thing about Harumasa that people get stuck on is quiver management.
Sorry?
Chain cancel is cool and all, and then anomaly is anomaly, but the main thing people choke on is just quivers and the concept of dashes existing. Because everyone will always like, oh, I have to aim mode to like dash, and that's just not how it works. That's the main mistake people make.
Okay, but you said we're doing a full short 2.4 recap. We're about 15 minutes in. I guess we can just.
It took way longer than I guess we're just that excited about the character.
I guess we can just very shortly, because people have already glazed this girl to the end of the world, including myself and R2. But just very shortly on Dylan, and then we'll move on to the 2.5 stuff.
I mean, what can I say? Dylan is the real Voidhunter, really. It's ridiculous.
This is the best character in the game.
and I mean, even, as a tie to 2.5, when playing Yixun Guang, the way that she works, with the little Qingming sword force points that she needs to build up to get to her enlightened mind state, which is where she does all of her burst. Well, she takes a very long time to build that naturally. So you need ultimates, and you need ways either like ether veil from zhao or whatever to build that up. But even it's not as fast as when just getting a free ultimate and getting 6 points instantly. So even the Voidhunter character that we're going to be getting this coming patch is still kind of tied at the hip to Dylan, because Dylan is just that good. She practically.
I would not be shocked if Dylan reruns in like 2 patches. Because people didn't get her before Xinguang.
What's the fastest rerun that we've had?
Fastest?
Astra was like 1.5 and 2.0, no?
Yeah, 1.5,
yes,
2.0,
actually,
and now
being
she's...
Jufufu would probably be the fastest, actually.
Oh, wait.
So...
Jufufu was 2.0 and 2.3, right? Yeah, 2.0 and 2.3.
Yeah, they had to rerun Fufu before she was fucking slaughtered.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy? You talk so much shit about Fufu, R2, but then every day I tune onto your stream, you're fucking using her. It's crazy.
It's my only Bonway team, bro.
It's crazy. It's like you talk so much crap about Fufu, but you're always using her.
Always on one unit.
Bro, no, I was doing speedruns, day 1 speedruns, Leno, on Bonway before the Shiyu reset. And Sonta was on call with me. And R2 came in and said, oh, bro, just get the stun faster. Drop Lucia for Fufu. And then we did it. And he was like, never mind. She's dog shit. Take her off the team.
And it was like M2 Fufu. I was like, surely, you get the stun speed. Surely with a M6 Bonway, you have enough damage to where like you can still kill really fast and save like at least 1 second. No. No.
I was like, bro, you're the one who told me to use her. Yeah,
I'm giving her a chance.
The switch up is crazy.
She just keeps getting bullied, man. Poor Fufu.
Same thing with Trigger, but that's another story. Oh my god, Trigger.
Man. But yeah, they might rerun that one, because she's just. It's weird how she's better than like a lighter for fire unit. Like, why? It's insane.
Yes,
Lighter's like really good.
And like, obviously, like I'm known as the lighter guy, right? And I try to tell people this is like M0. We're doing M0 P1 for both of them. Dylan does not dominate lighter. She will score slightly high. It's not like she utterly crushes him in Fire and Ice teams, but the fact that she beats him even slightly is crazy, because he's niche and she's not. Right? Like, that's crazy. And then Rivenus, we all know our good buddy I Am Rivenus. He just uploaded, before we started this podcast, he just uploaded his Soldier 11 buffs video. And in that video, guess who he had as Soldier 11's new best in slot team? Dylan Orphe.
Oh my god, it's fucking Orphe.
Yes, because you have to have Soldier 11's additional active, and the only way to do that, because Orphe's damage contribution and still buff, like it's still slightly better.
I guess. But what about when you just drop Soldier then?
It's a Soldier video.
That's why I think Orphe teams are kind of pointless sometimes.
It's a Soldier video.
Just go play Soldier. That's how you play him, man.
Easy. What do you mean drop Soldier? It's a Soldier video.
It's not a fucking Soldier team. What if Orphe is like 60% DPS and like Soldier is 40?
Oh my god, you can't just...
It's not like Sambi. Like, Sambi is really good.
Oh, but wait, what? Soldier's not bad with her buffs.
No, I mean, no, I know she's good now, but like, no, whatever, man. But I still think Orphe is funny.
But still, the point is about Dylan. Like,
Yeah.
Dylan is so good that Lighter got kicked off of the soldier team. It's crazy. Yeah, she's
It's kind of
good.
just Hugo now.
Yeah,
For Lighter, like best in slot.
he's still a very good agent, but like, I think
of course.
Hugo's the only one he's truly best in slot in for now.
Yep. Which is kind of strange, right? Because well, you'd expect him to at the very least do great in these competent teams, but yeah, it's everything. It's not even just the damage, right? It's even the days that can be output because Dylan just does so much days as well.
Yeah, that days is fucking stupid.
And it got
truly
nerfed.
was.
Yeah, it got nerfed like
It got
4
nerfed,
times.
and it's still crazy. It's like I
Yeah, I'm
tried.
gonna put a couple of speed bumps here. We're glazing a bit too much. It was
No.
supposed to be short.
No. I literally on my streams, obviously I stream a lot, right? And I try actually on my streams do my very best to actually point out some of Dylan's weaknesses because it feels like
She has them.
anyone, all people do is just really only talk about her streams, which are obviously really good, right? Like she is like one of the best characters in the game, but it's like Dylan probably caused the absolute most FOMO I've ever seen in my own personal community that I've ever seen any agent ever do before. And
Yeah.
I don't like it when, players see a character and they feel forced to pull for them. I don't like that.
Which I think is actually a very good segue into our R2.5 segment because, well, if there is one character that people are most likely going to have a lot of FOMO about and is very, very strong and a lot of people are going to feel compelled to pull is, well,
Gay Yon
Wrong,
Shuang.
right?
Oh, close enough.
Miss Voidhunter.
Xiao
That's what I'm
Wang.
thinking here.
Gay Yon Shuang. Wait, that sounds so much cooler. Yon Shuang? That's like Chan Shuang from Lego.
Bruh.
Bizarre reference. Anyway, yeah, what do we think about Sheng Wang?
I
Like I
like
said,
her. I like her animations
go.
a lot. Like just from a visual standpoint, I like her animations a lot. Obviously, I haven't played her yet, so I don't know how much I like her. I know
Right.
that some people who got to play her early are saying that they didn't really enjoy her that much, but others are saying they had a lot of fun with her. So I'm waiting to get my hands on her myself to have my own opinion. But in terms of visual, I like it. I think it's pretty cool.
It gets me thinking a little bit about visual power creep in that sense, right? When you think back to 1.0 units and we had very grounded combat, the kind of more. I mean, you wouldn't say
I
that
still really like
Zeros are
that.
particularly. Like what?
I still really like those like animations that are like more grounded, more casual. Like I love how we like flip on EX, all of Lycon's animations. Like I like when it's more low key as well.
Yeah, I guess it's the whole. Technically, it is a fantasy game.
Yeah.
But it is very kind of down to earth fantasy, right? We're not.
Like, I still like Shimong's animations, like they're really cool, but I also like the more simplistic ones.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm on board with that as well. Like they both have their own draws, and well, they certainly went out of their way with some of those animations, like a second ultimate cleaving open the sky with her sword. So it's there's a lot of flashiness going on. So they definitely put in overtime. And it's not even just the flashiness of the animations as well. There's all the little things, right? So when you are in her normal state, when you do certain attacks, she drops swords into the ground, and those swords kind of just stay on the ground, a little bit like Alice's, but they last for a lot longer. So you can kind of see where you have been and where you use different attacks based on where the swords are located, which I think is really cool. Yeah. And she's also just very, very, very strong. It's kind of absurd how ridiculously strong she is. So, I mean, this is as somebody who has access to the creator server. I have managed to play her and do a few tries. I did not have much time to play her. I quite literally only had about an evening's worth of time to try and push for some runs on her, since things have been very rushed for 2.5. But she just demolishes everything. Because her core ability, really, for those who aren't aware, is that when she enters her really fancy enlightened mind state, she can have the enemy stun damage multiplier apply to them out of stun. Right. And this stacks with similar effects. Like let's say you use Dylan's malicious complaint, right, which increases the enemy stun damage multiplier only when they are in stun. Well, that also applies in the out of stun period as well when she activates her She goes.
How
into
does
the Enlightened mind
Lycon
state.
work with that?
It would not, unfortunately, because
Damn.
Lycan has you need to hit the enemy while the enemy is in stun. So technically, you could hit the enemy while it's in stun, and then you could go into the Enlightened Mind state, and that would carry over until that state ends, because it kind of
Holy
snapshots it snapshots the damage multiplier increase until the stun ends. But once that's done, okay, you're gonna have to reapply it again. But well, you can only do that when the enemy is stunned. So unfortunately, it would be a bit tricky to use our Lycon, but hey, there might be something there. Stun burst, Yeshun Guang, you get 2 different states in stun, so you can maximize Lycan's stand damage multiplier increase. But yeah, effectively what she does is that she really doesn't care about whether or not, I mean, she does partially care about it, but in the aggregate, she
Not really.
does all of her damage regardless of the enemy stun state. And that completely overhauls how you route fights and how you approach characters and encounters in Zenless Zone Zero generally, because Dallin is there as a stunner, not to stun, but just to provide more ultimates so she can use more Enlightened Mind states.
Right.
So it's a very, very strong character, and I think she kind of puts almost every other character in the game.
Well,
she completely smokes them effectively. And maybe Xuan has a fighting chance, I think, if she's played well, especially with the complete and utter lack of ether resistance. So, the good old Ishuan, Dallin, Lucia comp may be able to hold a candle, but anything else just gets absolutely smoked.
yeah, I believe that's what J-Stern calcs were. I think it was J-Stern. I'm not 100% sure right now. I wish I didn't just wake up. But I'm pretty sure it was Ishun, Dallin, Lucia, and Yeshun Guang's best in slot team. They were like very equal to each other in terms of DPS. So it's not like Yeshun Guang is the definitive, best. But I think the thing is, a lot of people are saying is there's a chance that a better Zhao comes out in the future, specifically for Yeshun Guang, and that would put her over the hurdle where she is the definitive, clear-cut, best DPS, undisputed.
I don't think that's gonna happen for like a while though. That just doesn't sound right.
Define a while is my question here, because we're going to have Angels
like
of
5
Delusion practically
patches.
confirmed. 5 patches? Oh, wow. So you think not even until, by patches you mean not banners, right? But outright version patches.
Yeah, patches.
Holy shit.
I mean, they might, but I don't think they will, just because of how good she is already.
Fair enough, yeah. They just
it's not a situation like with Yushvan where, Panda and Jufufu got replaced. Like, Jufufu, you could notice he was kind of mid. Just because, the fact that you could lose to Chingy at all speaks for one thing.
Tragic, yeah.
Even if it was like a one matchup, that's still something that exists. And
Holy
then Panda,
shit, bro! Can we stop the Jufufu slayer? Holy fucking brother!
And then
stop!
Panda had many problems and was in A rank, but with Zhao, Zhao is actually really good. So I don't think they'll replace her immediately. I think it'll take a while.
You are here banned for the rest of this podcast to shit on Fufu. Holy shit!
Bro, it's true.
Oh my god! You literally brought that up just so you could shit on her. Don't lie, you bastard.
No, it has to be brought up because people will say, "Oh, she'll get a partner because Yishvan got one," but the situations are not the same. Zhao was way better than both Jufufu and Panda.
I guess we can talk about Zhao then. It's a good segue into Zhao as well. What are your feelings on her?
Best unit in the game, true.
Oh, dude, there was one more thing I wanted to go about.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So since you got to play her early, Lynn, I think I have to ask you this. How do you feel about all of the she's going to ruin the game balance in the future comments across multiple social media platforms since you actually got to play her early?
I do think they hold some measure of weight, but with a nuance, right? Which is, I think what distinguishes Yeshun Guang from Yishuan, for example, is Yeshun Guang does have some routing requirements. I think you do have to understand it. You're almost playing a different game, right? She does not feel like a Zenless Zone Zero character. So you play the game slightly differently because you're not really working with days and stuns in the same way, and the ways in which you try to align your buffs and resources is, it's far more frequent bursting. So she does have, some degree of skill expression that I think distinguishes her from other characters. But I think she will be very, very easy for most people to pick up and just do incredibly well with against pretty much any boss. No need to do, like each one chain trigger tech combos or whatever, or, try and manage all your decibels properly and technique points, or, assist counters for adrenaline management. There's none of that, right? You just put her in a Dal and Zhao team, and whenever you get the points, just go for it. And maybe that might not get you kills, or it might actually. I think UCC would die with literally just that. It did for me. So, but for most bosses, you're probably not going to get kills. But even then, you're going to be scoring very, very, very highly. And the concern then is that it might be a bit of a... Miyabi, for example, has a very high skill ceiling with, like 4 EBA 3 combos and like double automates when the buffs allow for it.
4.
But she's a character that even at a
7?
baseline level could do very well. Sorry?
4, did you mean 7?
7 EBAs. I mean, yeah, if we're talking about the good old Bringer, crazy Bringer extensions, but so it's one of those where people on the Abby's release were able to perform incredibly well with it, and even to this point, you can kind of brute force anything, or most things with Miyabi. Even with the anti-shield, although not really comparable to many of the recent characters, she still does fine simply by virtue of being a baseline really strong character. And I think Ye Wang is kind of in that angle as well, where it's like she is a very strong character that has a very low skill floor, and that means that anyone that gets this character will be able to clear anything that you put this character in with a negligible amount of effort. And I think there may be a risk where it's like, well, okay, it's time to anti-shield physical now, because Ye Guang is just that strong. But I think it's a lot easier to anti-shield Ye Guang in the future than it would be for Miyabi, because, well, Miyabi is an anomaly character who also does crit damage. So it's kind of very difficult.
Well, see, I actually wanted to bring that up, because I was talking to Riv, and there is a boss in the game that could easily like show the future, how they could like quote unquote nerf Ye Guang's performance in in-game.
Thrall, no?
And it's the Thrall. Now, at the current moment, Riv said you can still get 40 plus K, which is still very good. But the reason she does significantly worse compared to other bosses is because she can't take advantage of that huge stun damage multiplier that Thrall has, like other agents can, unless she's M4. And let's be real, most casual players are never going to have M4 Ye Guang. So
look, if you're rolling for M4, I think you're okay to have the character last for a very long time. So
yeah, that's like a
give that a pass.
It's not very high.
I do think that they've already have kind of like hinted at like how they could easily tone down her performance in the future whenever they want to.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's actually very ironic. When the Thrall came out, people were like saying, oh, I guess we just have Ye Guang's shell before she's out, and then she fucking sucks into it. Like, this boss just exists for no fucking reason, bro. It's for buffed Ellen. True.
Yeah,
sorry?
It's for buffed Ellen. That's who the Thrall is for.
Ellen.
She's actually really good into it.
Yeah, she really is. But yeah, there are a handful of DPSs that do better than Ye Guang does against the Thrall, just because she can't take advantage of that massive stun damage multiplier. So I do think that's
Evelyn
interesting.
does very well against the Thrall.
Yeah, she does.
In comparison to Ye Guang, which is funny, right? Because you think, well, physical weakness, but weakness is it's only part of the equation. Yeah.
But like, I think
Weakness
there's
is fake in this game, bro.
I think
Weakness in this game is so fake.
it really is. It really is. I think that though, every time they make one of these really powerful characters, they'll always leave at least one definitive weakness in their kit. That way they can easily tone them down in game whenever they want to. Because like with each win, it's very simple, right? Just release more bosses that have like no defense. So like lower defense. So like, yeah, the sheer doesn't really do much. Obviously we've already seen what they're doing with Miyabi, and They can easily do the thing with Ye Xiongguang, like I said, just make future enemies have ridiculous stun damage multiplier, or just be able to take advantage of their stun much more than other bosses, and Ye Xiongguang wouldn't be able to take advantage of that. So I do think every time they make one of these powerful characters, they'll always leave one thing in their kit that can leave a weakness.
Yeah, I think with Miyabi, they kind of messed up there, because there should be ideally be one thing that you can target the character on. And I think Miyabi didn't really have that, which is why we had so much of a struggle with, Ice and Anomaly and all the anti-shield that's been going on. But for Yixuan and Ye Xiongguang specifically, these concerns about, probable anti-shield in the future is going to come. It always will. It's the nature of the game.
That's so toxic, by the way. You make a character and you're like, you give him an Achilles heel just for, a year from now.
Yeah.
So you can sell more characters. It's a business after all,
that's how they do it. That's just how they do it, bro. There's nothing we can do about it. That's just how they do it.
Reminder, gacha is a predatory monetization model.
Yeah, I mean, we are all actively choosing to play gacha slop. I love my slop, but this is why I tell people don't spend money on these shit games. Then people will be like, but Keta, you do. It's like, hey, do as I say, not as I do. I mean, I never said I was smart. All right, I never once said I was smart.
Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I think the concerns are warranted. But as you say, right, there are ways in which they can specifically target Ye Xiongguang. So I don't think it will be too bad. And I think even with anti-shield, you look at Miyabi and like, okay, Miyabi is not like Ye Xiongguang or Yixuan tier right now or something, or at least I don't think she is. But she is still pretty damn good. Like she's still a very strong character.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, you can generally just brute force stuff with her. So considering that we're well over a year after her release and she's still doing this well, even with all of the anti-shield, I think there isn't too much of a need to be concerned.
Right. Yeah, like she's still a very, very solid character. But I will say, Ye Xiongguang's free support, R2's new favorite character, I think is going to have a bigger impact, especially for my community, like the type of videos and content I make with my community. I think Zhao is going to have a
Zhao.
Huge.
That's not my favorite.
Hey, shut up! You're the one who wanted M6 her, so shut up.
It's not my favorite character. I ranked my top 10. She was like 8th.
8th?
Yeah.
Wait. Then why do you want to? Wait. So you want to M6 everybody in your top 10?
No, I want M6 Zhao because she's gonna be a terrible DPS without it.
Oh.
You want the main DPS Zhao power?
I'm gonna go for like M1, like realistically. No, my favorite's still Hormuz. That has not changed.
But I do think that free Zhao is going to be a very substantial thing for new players specifically, because even if you're a new player and you come in, or even a returning player and you come in, and even if you don't get her engine, which is really good, Zhao without engine is worse, yes, but having a free support like Zhao that can give 1,000 attack and what damage bonus, and what else does she do?
That's it.
She gives the Ether Veil, and that buffs what, 5% HP, right? I think that's
so
what
Ether
it does.
Veil is not really relevant for the teams that she runs in, because she only runs on like attacker and anomaly teams, really.
Yeah, because they took away the rupture shit, right? It's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, technically you can, like she does work with support characters, so you could do something like Idhari, Lucia, and Zhao. Technically, I guess.
Yeah, you can run Zhao as like a double support with Rupture, where her Ether Veil is pointless anyway because the only option is Lucia.
I see.
Exactly. So it's one of those where like, can you do it? Yes.
It's actually pretty good, but like,
should you do it?
Could you do?
Not really.
Could you do? Okay.
You could like pan.
Wait, I was about to say, could you do pan Zhao?
Oh, sorry, not pan, because pan's not a support, but
yeah, it's not gonna work.
Oh no, you can't. Damn. Yeah, why is Pan a defense agent? Fuck. Oh my god.
Damn.
But anyways, having the free Zhao, I think is going to be significant for people who are returning and new, even if they don't get Ye Xiongguang. Because just having a free support like that is having a free support, right? That's massive for like a new account or a returning account. Like that's just going to be very helpful for a lot of people, in my opinion.
Yeah. Even at baseline, she's just Caesar but better.
Yes.
And
Yep. She can hold
that's kind
Afro
of-
as well. Not like
She can hold
amazingly, but
Astro.
she still holds it.
which is something that again, like Caesar can't actually say for herself, unfortunately, because it's kind of confined to Proto. And I guess there's also just the fact that she demands very little field time. Like you don't need to be on Zhao all that much, so she's very flexible with like the teams you use. She's not a very demanding character. And when we think about 1.4, right, the last free character that we had being Harumasa, he essentially released as not really a competitor, but in a similar role as Miyabi, right? They're both kind of damage dealers in that sense. Whereas Zhao right now is releasing almost as a supplementary character. It's like if you get Zhao, you can kind of run her in most teams in the game. You can just slot her into something. You can run her with Jiyuan, you can run her with Alice, you can run her with Ellen, you can run her with Harumasa, Evelyn, whatever. You can just chuck her into a team and she will perform. I think especially now as the game is, I think starting to age sounds bad because the game is really not that old. But as people progress and accounts get more invested and the cast of characters continues to increase, having just a free support unit that essentially matches or beats almost most other generic options that a low investment account would have is
Astra's dead. Get her out of here.
To be honest, that's the thing, right? It's like Zhao is free, but then with her Wenjin, what is it, like Appel, for example? He was getting comparable results to Zhao with her Wenjin to Astra with her Wenjin.
Yes.
Like, okay, like you can say that, Astra's signature Wenjin is trash, and it is. So it's like, technically you could just run her with Lucy Sig and wouldn't be that different. But still, for a free agent, doing that well is pretty good.
Well, actually, isn't that still, because think about it, right? M0 Astra with Lucy Sig is still, no, you're right, it is more expensive because characters are more expensive on average than engines. So you have to pull for Astra. You also have to pull for Kaboom, by the way, because Kaboom is not a free engine. You have to gotcha for it. And then with Zhao, the character is free, and all you have to do is just get the engine. So like, I don't even like that comparison. If someone tries to say, but what about M1 Astra? Zhao also has a good M1. So like, you can't make that comparison, in my opinion. Like, that's not fair.
Astra T1, calling it now.
And then you brought up April. I was watching her video. She actually got a higher score with Sambi Trigger Zhao compared to Sambi Trigger Astra, because if you go back and look at the video, she hit the fourth stun significantly faster because Zhao actually does days. Astra doesn't do days.
She does, yeah.
So by the time she got to the fourth stun with Astra, the fight was over. So she couldn't take advantage of the fourth stun with Astra. But because Zhao actually does days, they got to the fourth stun and they were actually at take advantage of the fourth stun. So I think that Zhao was just a solid character.
Yeah, she is indeed. Man, let's see.
What else have we got?
We have also some other things that will be given out. Well, was previously given out for free. Now it's not going to be quite free, but you do have to work a little bit for it. But that would be the potential system for character buffs, right? So the way that historically it worked, it'd be characters like Ellen would get their potential, or Sambi, and you would just tick the little button and enable it, and now your character gets a brand new kit. However, with the new potential awakening system that they have, or they're going to be implementing in 2.5, characters will not only get their potential at level 1, they will also get increased stats as you continue to buff them further, right? So you can use materials that you get from weekly activities, things like shield defense and depth assault and the like. And I think, what is it, the like the F2 menu, the little diary thing. I have to double check what were the means in which you get materials to enhance characters, but
I think that's F1.
Sorry?
I think that's F1.
F1, sorry. No, F1 would be the event menu.
Wait, no, it's not. Fuck. God damn it, I forgot all the keybinds. F5 is shop. F2 is the thingy, and then F1 is events. My bad, I'm stupid.
No, good. But yeah, so characters are getting buffed, and that previously the potentials were given out for free. Now I think you do need to have like at least some mats to unlock the character's potential. but they are being applied to characters that most accounts are likely to have or likely to get at some point because they're being applied to standard characters. We have Grace, we have Soldier 11 as standard characters are going to be getting potentials with 2 and 5, and we also have Bernice as a limited unit who will also be getting a potential. And yeah, so that's going to be a pretty sizable buff to a lot of these characters. Soldier 11, for example, should be able to perform about on par of Ellen, if we're going to be honest, with her potentials. So that's also a very good thing for returning or free players that will be able to get decently strong characters right out of the gate.
I believe I saw a thing that Soldier 11 with all her potentials unlocked, and it was either M2 or M3 Soldier was actually stronger than Evelyn now.
Than Evelyn? Oh,
Yes.
wow, that'd be surprising.
I believe it was M2. Someone can correct me if it was
Evelyn
actually
is
M3.
washed, I can't believe it.
But if you have all your potentials unlocked and your soldiers M2 or M3, she's just straight up stronger than Evelyn. And this is both of them with Heartstring Nocturne.
Oh yeah, because you would need that to really get most value out of Soldier 11.
Yes.
But yeah, that's surprising. I wouldn't be expecting her to be that good. Although Soldier 11 is, I think, out of the potentials that we're getting, probably the most fun or the most enjoyable to use.
They did the most because she was fucking dog shit.
God.
I think Soldier 11 was just straight up the worst DPS in the game until now. Like, that character is so bad. So it's nice that she's getting a buff, and a big one at that. A very big one. Maybe I can use her
I think
again.
a lot of Necromata enjoyers may want to contest you on that worst DPS point, but
I think Soldier's just worse.
oh my god.
Maybe M0 to M0 Neko's worse. But I don't know. If you go like Band for Man and Mindscapes, Neko just wins. In my opinion.
No, she does do some landscapes. But yeah, so do you guys, well, I know R2, you being a Grace enjoyer, you're certainly going to be getting those potentials, I take it. So
yes, but I don't know how long they're gonna take to like max, because I was hoping I could do a video like week 1 and do a full showcase, but apparently this takes like multiple weeks to max out, which is not ideal. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long it takes. I'm not really familiar with what the resource economy is going to be. And I think they've been fine-tuning it as well. I think there's been multiple changes to it, so I can't really give any specifics. It'll probably take more than a month, I think. I don't think it's going to take like
Jesus
multiple months, but I think it'll take just more than a month to be able to max
Dude, the level 40 Vivian on my account will finally be used and like leveled when I get the gray spot.
Slowly leveling Vivian, getting mats for Vivian as you get Grace potentials.
Yeah, and then I get to do a Grace Vivian showcase with buffed Grace.
Yeah, and what about you, Kete? Is there any specific potentials that you've been looking forward to?
I'm an old ball squad simp, homie. So my girl Soldier getting buffed. I got her M6 recently. That was the best 2 50-50 losses of my life while going for M6 Banwei. I was so happy. I also got
so happy
Heartstring.
that I've lost 50-50.
Bro,
Only
yes.
you can say that.
Yes, because I got the old ball squad, bro. I have them all now. I got them all on my internet. I'm trying to get them all 40+ subs. I'm very close. They're my favorite faction, so I'm very happy with the soldier buffs.
You'll be able to run Soldier, Lighter, Orphe, all on the same team.
Lighters with Hugo, homie.
Lighters with Hugo, I see. Trigger, I suppose. Goala, truly full oval.
The Brick Squad.
I think potentials are really nice. They also did mention in the live stream that they were going to be doing potentials for all the standard S ranks, if I recall correctly. And I think the last time that we had a podcast and we were discussing this, was like, there's no way they're ever going to do like a Lycan potential awakening, because the Lycan is already really strong as it is, right? If it wasn't
Still
for just
really good.
like he's one of the best stunners for any ice team. You can play him with Ellen, Idari, whatever, Hugo. He still does very, very well. Quite the only limitation that he has really is just being limited to ice. And yet he's supposedly going to be getting a potential at some point in the future. So.
The biggest buff for Lycan is to change his dog shit mindscapes. My God, please.
That's
just fix his EX targeting and he's fine.
Bro, please fix his mindscapes. Same thing with Kaleda, like her mindscapes too, bro. Like, oh my God.
His M6 is so good for DPS though, it's better than Haru M2.
DPS Lycan, yes.
Yeah, it's actually really good for DPS.
I think for the few DPS Lycan enjoy his mindscapes may be alright, but
Yeah, I was playing DPS Lycon the other day. It's fire. Dude, I was playing DPS Lycon against the Marionette in Threshold Simulation, and I almost reached 7 stuns.
Jesus Christ.
It's so peak.
DPS Lycan is meant to have attack percent D6, right? And not just running impact.
Yes, he's on attack 6.
Okay, sheesh. Permanently stunned.
I want arena buff, that's what we need.
Which, well, that's the thing. We are probably going to be getting with this potential system. So.
I think I'm actually most excited for a Kaleda buff because when I first started the game, Kaleda was my first ever S rank, and
Same.
I used her for a very long time. A lot of people in my community think I hate Kaleda. No, I just don't let my feelings for a character dictate how I feel about them on a tier list, which is why every time I react to Pride, I always say I understand like their criteria and why they have Orphe T0, my favorite female in the game, but in my honest opinion, I just don't think Orphe is a T0 character. I just don't think she is. Like, no matter how much I love her, I just don't. I will never let my feelings dictate how I feel about a character on a tier list, and I like Kaleda a lot. It's just I just don't think she's good. So
Character fucking sucks.
So I'm actually very happy to hear that they're gonna buff all standards, and maybe I can finally say Kaleda's not a bad character in the future.
Maybe.
Yeah. To be honest, I think even right now she's okay-ish in the sense that she holds out a lot of people when they don't have better options because she just stuns so quickly. But yeah, I guess just buffing chain attack damage really isn't the way. I remember when I was doing binary runs as well. She stuns so quickly that ended up being a problem. Because I couldn't.
It's not just a bodily problem.
I actually want to be like so mean about this. Like, how is there a problem with stunning too fast with an on-field stunner? Like, if you're stunning too fast from Kaleda, stop fucking swapping to the character. Like, it's not like it's Jufufu or something.
Yeah,
no, because the whole point is you need to use her reacts twice to be able to max out her buff.
But the buff,
if you
I'm
use her
real.
reacts twice and you've done like 70 days,
That's what you said at the end. It's like with Dylan.
No, I'm just gonna be
like
real.
when I play Dylan Chingy, I do Chingy's EVAs and then I end on Dylan EXs because the days would be too much.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Lynn. I've gotten better runs with Kaleda by not doing 2 EXs every stun.
Oh, yeah, same.
So I could get more resources on my DPS. Because going into stun with more resources on your DPS is better than stunning faster. That's the issue with Kaleda. People always say
that's the point I'm
Kaleda.
trying to make, right?
Kaleda stuns so fast.
It's just not worth.
Yeah, but I think I said it on my Pride One React last. A huge buff for Kaleda would actually be to nerf her days and give her a better buff. That would be a better Kaleda buff.
You know what I wish they did as like a universal change regarding all stunners? One of my most fun like playstyles in this game is rushing stuns, but only like 1, maybe 2 characters benefit from this at all.
Yes.
Either like make a kit or just make a global change that whenever you stun an enemy, depending on how fast you stunned relative to the previous stun, you should just get like team-wide energy and decibels. I don't know how many, but it would scale up how fast you stunned. But like that will make it so fucking cool.
Well, that's the issue. Like with this game is like there's so many.
You're not rewarded for this.
There's so many DPSs that if you go into stun and you do not have their resources, whether it's their meter, their decibels, or their energy, if you go into stun without their resources, you're going to do a shit stun window. And if you do a shit stun window, you're going to get a worse score. Like
that's why I think they should give you like something for stunning really fast. Like that would be so cool.
The best example I can give for people who are listening to this, it was about 3-4 months ago. Someone sent me a Sambi run to review. It was Sambi, Trigger, Caesar. Yes, it was Caesar. Sambi, Trigger, Caesar. And they somehow got 5 stuns. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. But they got 5 stuns. And I was reviewing their gameplay and I was like, bro, cut that down. Cut your stuns down to 3 to 4 and try to have Sambi ult every single stun. And then he sent me a screenshot.
What was this?
It was on Marionette. I don't know how the fuck they got 5 stuns on Marionette, but
no, you can Marionette.
I've never seen 5 on Marionette with that team. That's crazy.
7.
Well, yeah,
Oh my
maybe
God.
with Hugo. Yeah, maybe with Hugo.
If you got hit 9.
Yeah, Hugo Lighter can hit 9 for sure. How many can you hit?
Yeah,
Is
for
it possible?
Trigger and Caesar, surprisingly, even with Caesar's days increase from
That's still a
Justice
lot,
Fury,
though,
that's
for
very good.
Yeah. The 5th stun happened with like only like 8 seconds left. So he did. It's not
That's
like
a
he took.
lot.
It's not like he took advantage of the 5th stun like fully. But
That's
I
why you just
told
drop
him. Yeah, I told him try to tone down the stun speed. Like maybe put trigger on attack and try to have Sambi's ultimate every single stun. Like just do more dodge counters on her basically. And he sent me a screenshot a couple hours later, and he got a better score. So like 100%, you're right, R2. Like there's just so many characters in this game that are not rewarded for getting fast stuns. You're actually
It's
more
literally just
rewarded.
Hugo.
Yeah, you're more rewarded by
Depends on the
getting your resources and actually doing good stun windows.
To be honest, even Hugo, until Dylan, you could stun too fast and then you didn't get hormone. So even
with
that, you
Alan,
have a
that's the
time
issue with
limit.
energy. So
Yeah.
there's always like a small bottleneck, but he still rushes them and like he benefits. But other characters, they just can't.
Yeah, it's you're talking about attack trigger, right, Kitty? Like we have Defiler is a prime example where you actively want to run attack trigger. Even surprisingly, with Yexun Guang of all characters, the character that does not care about stuns, right, or shouldn't really care about stuns, I was getting better results using attack D4 on Dylan instead of crit rate because the stuns were coming so fast that was kind of like offsetting rotations. It was getting her to go into like phase transitions earlier than desired. So even for the character that does not care about stuns, you can still stun too fast.
I'm
which is kind
actually
of hilarious.
doing some labbing for dial-in on Defiler in threshold simulation because we have the final stage, like at full level Defiler. I can get 5 stuns with Horomasa dial-in, which is kind of fucking stupid. And like with Horomasa, yeah, that extra stun matters because it's Haru. But for any other character, that's just pointless. Like there's no point in ever chasing 5. And I think that should be changed because I just enjoy chasing stuns. It's really fun playing faster. I don't like having to slow down just to get my fucking bar up so I can play the game later.
Oh
That's why I'm not a
yeah.
fan of Bondway sometimes.
Yeah, I was about to
because
say
it's
that,
just so much
Lino.
waiting.
So R2 actively plays Bonway like shit on purpose because he said
No,
farming.
shit,
He
come
says he's no, shut up. Listen to me, Lino.
That's crazy.
He said he actively
better than
plays Bonway like shit on purpose because he finds it
That's
extremely
insane.
boring to get his wrath generation.
With double stun, you can just get away with getting Wrath every other stun, and he feels so much better. Because you're just going for 5 or 6 stuns at that point.
On Marinette, that's what I had to do, right? It's I did 5 stuns and then I just save adrenaline for the second stun. I was like, you know what? We're just spamming
Yeah, you just go raw combo.
Just
Because it feels so sluggish to just have to like sit there for 5 years. Like, yeah, I know there's like some skill involved, of course, and getting the meter up, but like 70% of it is just RNG or like waiting for energy. It's just not fun.
Yeah, on his stream the other day. It wasn't yesterday. It was the other day. He was doing Shi run and he was like,
Oh, yeah.
I should get Bonway's wrath, but fuck this. I'm stunning. I don't care.
Like, I actually just I can't be fucking bothered. It's so lame sometimes. I'm just bored. I think I'm brain rotted from playing like Mono Shock. Mono Shock is like such a high action per minute team. That it's just like I can't.
talking about shield defense, actually, we do have we're gonna have a new shield defense system. Essentially, it is getting deadly assaultified, I suppose. So for those that aren't aware, shield defense currently is, well, you only have 2 sides, and then you have a specific timer. You try to clear within the given time that you're allowed, and you need, 5 minutes total to be able to get your S rank. But this system is going to be changing, and as with 2.5, you guys may even have noticed that the resets, she was going to be resetting on, was it Monday, as opposed to Friday. Have like some changes in the rotation timings because we're going to be going into this new format of Shield Defense. And the way that it will work is you will now have 3 teams instead of 2.
Right.
So just like Deadly Assault. Instead of having a singular buff that is applied generally, so as it stands right now, there is just one kind of Shield Defense buff per per phase, shall we say. So you only have a singular buff that you must use it is again going to be similar to Deadly Assault, where you have a selection of buffs that you can pick from, and then you can have that tailored to the teams that you're running. You do not have to have characters play consecutively. So right now, if you get like a great, side 1 time, you then have to get a great side 2 time, otherwise it won't register. It will no longer be the case. You will now be able to have each team play separately, and that also means, in a way, that's, I suppose, very good for newer accounts or pretty much everyone. If I'm going to be entirely honest, is you will be able to share gear between characters in that way, just like how you might do in Deadly Assault. And they are now changing the scoring system, whereas instead of you having a timer, so rather than it being like, you have to clear within X amount of time, technically you still want to do that, but the way that it works is now you have a score system. So for the first minute of every fight, you get a high score multiplier, and each point of damage that you do to the enemy will give you a certain amount of score that is multiplied or increased by that multiplier. And then once 1 minute expires,
what the fuck?
once that 1 minute expires, the score multiplier that you get will essentially begin decreasing. And what that means is if you want a max score, you want to kill within a minute. If you can't do that, you want to kill as fast as you can to get the highest score that you can, as the score multiplier slowly decreases as time passes. And you S rank depending on the total amount of score that you have gotten for after you add up the score for all your 3 sides, then that has to reach a specific threshold for you to get your S rank, or a new S plus rank, which they have added. So it is a little bit convoluted.
Fumbled by not making a Z rank. Like, actually insane fumble. Generational fumble. How do you not get a Z rank?
S plus have the Z rank, yeah.
S plus is so lame.
Man, these are pretty significant changes to Deadly Assault, Shield Defense, which have made it more like Deadly Assault. And as you guys are Shiyu speedrunners, what are your thoughts?
I thought R2 started hating Shiyu a long time ago.
I don't like the format of No Wave 1. I think it's less interesting, but every now and again I still do Shiyu runs. It just depends on the boss that's in there, really.
Yes, I do love speedrunning with my, obviously, Sonta and my buddy Jay. We do a lot of like optimizations to try to get as quick as possible every single day. New Shiyu comes out. I don't like that it's now just gonna show you the score. I think a good compromise would have just been to show you how long it took you to clear at the end, but also show the score. I think that would have been a good compromise. But now that all the end game is just score based, it feels like Shiyu lost a little bit of its identity. But it is what it is.
Yeah, kind of similar sentiment, honestly. I like timers. So like, even though I don't always try to get a good time on Shiyu, because sometimes I just don't fucking care. Like, I don't want to speedrun Assault Day. That shit is just not fun. The score system is cool and all, but I'm gonna miss the timers. I'm gonna have to like manually time that shit if you want to compare on like a super high level, I guess.
You have to manually time it now.
I can't give much of an opinion as of right now because I haven't played it and I can't really say much on it. Well, I barely even know how it works, so I don't know. We'll probably see a video from me if it's not good. But I'm like optimistic about it. I think it'll be fun.
I like the people will be able to share gear. One of the things with Shiyu now is that you couldn't share gear. It made it a lot easier for people who were, lacking a lot of good gear in Deadly Assault to be able to share the gear and, not have to worry about that. But the moment they go to Shiyu, it's like, well, shit, like, we're gonna have to spread ourselves thin here. So I do like that you can share gear now if you need to. Which
I think is, it's one of the biggest problems that a lot of players have, right? It's like, you have like an S-rank Wenjin, but you can only put Brimstone on one character. The other one's gonna get Starlight Wenjin or Starlight Engine. That's the only thing you can do. So
that's where you buy 10 Brimstones.
I'm hoping that hoyoverse, I'm hoping that ZZZ devs are going to be the first ones to break the Hoyo curse and give us real proper good loadouts. And I have to say proper and good because I still play Genshin and I don't like the way they did theirs.
Auto equip is so bad.
I don't like it at all. So that I have to emphasize do good and proper loadouts because I still fuck with Genshin. I still play it, but I don't like the way they did theirs.
To be honest with how I feel so many people have been asking for loadouts for the amount of time that we've had. I'm just at this point I feel it's has to be intentional because it'd be such a good quality of life to have.
I don't even know, bro.
I think I'm not sure if I said it before, but I have a friend who, even though he has really good discs, he just continues farming them because he's like, I cannot be asked to swap discs between characters all the time.
Yeah.
So I would just farm my second set and be done with that, so I don't have to keep swapping. So it really does affect some people's stamina spent. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, for me, I'm okay. I'm okay for me because I don't mind just sharing all my stuff. It's not that big of a deal for me, but I can understand why people don't want to do it.
Yeah, I've like practiced world-class menuing for gear, for like re-gearing characters. So like I can do it quickly, but it's still annoying. I have so many different builds for like one character. Like my Horomasa has fucking 10 builds, all of which get used depending on the team, and having to just switch it around every time is annoying. I started just like saving all these builds on my Enka profile. So like if I forget, I can check there what discs I need. They're all like listed here.
Oh, I can gear all my characters
third-party
easy.
tool just to be able to manage a disc.
It's like it's not like, oh, you have like one
evidence
seed build and it's over. Like, no, with Horomasa, this man has a different build and like threshold and main stats and set depending on like one teammate changing. So it's just very tedious sometimes.
I think it was on Riv's video. One of his top comments was, they're not going to do a lot of the disc sharing that Riv was recommending for like, you know, certain matchups and stuff. And they were saying whatever my best disc I get the first couple of weeks is what she's gonna have, and if it's worse against some bosses, then so be it. They don't care.
Just using it 10% against you know, the whatever boss has like lower defense or whatever.
Yeah.
Shiyu defense. I think it'll be interesting also seeing how we get some meta changes as well, because although I know at least I am very DA brained, and I think a lot of the Western audience is tends to see Deadly Assault more than Shield defense, right? That's the more how they say, kind of exposed game mode. So when people think about what's the end game, it's usually, you know, the Deadly Assault scores. She's usually, oh, you know, there are people who speedrun, but it's because there is no score, because it is just, you know, get your S rank, get a decent time. I think there's a bit of a less of a demand for Shiyu, although I know that Russia in particular is very big on Shiyu defense, and some Southeast Asia regions are too. I think China from
R2?
R2, yeah. I think China from the Billy videos that I see, right, and on the West, I think there is more of a Deadly Assault focus. But who knows? Maybe the changes to Shield defense will put a little bit more interest into it, revitalize it a little. And I think there's also just the fact that part of the reason some characters have also managed to continue doing so well. I think, you know, even Miyabi, right? Miyabi, okay, anti-shield to hell, and Deadly Assault, not so much anti-shield in shield defense, because buffs, you're kind of locked to a single buff. So you're going to have the shield buff for one character performs really well. And if you're not playing that character, well, it doesn't really matter whatever you play, right? They're all not going to really benefit all that much from it. And
I want the super dedicated Russian like Shiyu fans to make ranked PvP the infinite content, bro.
ranked PvP. I mean, we do have the PvP sites, right? So
yeah, but there's only unranked right now for obvious reasons. I think ranked would be incredibly difficult to make, but if they ever do it, content.
Well,
get your.
I know if you're into speedrunning, or if you're, PvP. My bad. If you're into speedrunning or PvP, then most people prefer Shiyu, but I can understand why a lot of people will gravitate towards DA, because a lot of people don't really care about speedrunning in PvP. So it makes sense why most people gravitate towards DA.
To be honest, even PvP, I know China has had a lot of tournaments, Deadly Assault tournaments as well. So there are PvP
also,
systems for Deadly Assault as well.
Yeah, you brought up the Russians. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna go talk to a couple people to double check after we get done recording this pod. But I think a lot of the Russians absolutely despise or they're not a fan of the new Shiyu, because it's gonna make Shiyu PvP a lot harder to do.
That's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be significantly harder.
Whole risk fucking system.
And it's kind of a complete overhaul of how they're working with it.
Yep.
And I guess there's also a whole point, as you mentioned, right? You're not gonna have the timers as well. So is it gonna be score based? But then if you're clearing under a minute, well,
Exactly, right? Exactly.
You also gotta set up the triple draft, which doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 3 sides. It's, oh boy.
So
A lot of problems.
Yeah, it's gonna cause a lot of problems for the PvP community.
Yeah, but well, I think it will be hopefully at the very least, if there is a positive, that will bring a little bit more attention into shield defense. Although if there's also a negative, it means that anti-shield will likely creep its way into shield defense as well, which might make some characters struggle in it more. But we'll have to see how things go. I think there's actually another thing, which is has some people, I guess, I wouldn't necessarily say up in arms, but questioning it, is the quote-unquote free agent spending event.
True.
Which is well,
free
technically not really
money.
free. It's I think they just recently released a post, so MiHoYo have made a post in
They did.
Hoyo Lab, and it seems like you get like one ticket based on each point of monochrome that you top up during the period, capping out around I think 15,000. So if you want the quote-unquote free agents, it's not really free. You do have to spend for it.
Gotta spend around
Technically, you have to spend
$150.
for the agent, but you have to top up to get those tickets, which amounts to around 15,000 monochromes in value. But there is
I
a
think the
wide
character is
selection
10,000.
Is it
I
10,000?
think character is 10,000.
Oh, 10,000. Okay, so it's even better than.
Or
Was it
it's like
15,000 for
$150.
the Wenjin?
I don't know what 15,000 is for. I think it's just like the max possible, but like I think character was 10,000. I could be mistaken.
Okay. But yeah, people will have to top up, and they do have a wide selection of characters, some limited, some standard, and even a Wenjin pick as well. And
So if someone buys Neko, that'd be hilarious. If someone buys Neko, that'd be hilarious.
Neko R2. Okay, I feel like you're using this podcast to spread your hate agenda on some characters, brother.
I'm not even hating. That's just hilarious.
brother.
That's just funny.
Brother, Neko maids will pick up Neko. What do you mean?
You could
But
pick up
Neko
a Vayne
Mindscape's
or like
not so
M1
bad.
Vayne. You could pick up Chingy.
I actually know a Neko main who's at M5, and he's going to get the last copy from that. Like, so what do you, brother?
That is pretty funny. I mean, everyone in the call is laughing, you know. I'm not wrong.
And I'm laughing more
no.
at the fact that you specifically
Yeah,
point out somebody's
exactly.
going to ruin Echo.
Exactly.
And then
Like,
Kitty just
why
happens to
are
be like,
you-
actually,
Why are you
I know a
being,
man.
why are you being so hateful, R2? Like, imagine if someone was like, oh, anyone who pulls Haramasa from that event, fucking, what are they doing with their life, bro? Like,
But Haru is not on every banner. Haru shows up once every 2 years, you know?
2 years, once
The
every.
value on the stock market
once
is
ever.
insane. Yeah.
Considering the geopolitical tensions in the world currently, I don't think Haramasa is going to be running for a very long time. But that's a topic for another
That's
time.
crazy.
But yeah, what are you guys planning on getting actually? What are your picks?
I mean, I'm fucking broke. I don't think I can get it anymore, but like, I was planning to get it, Jane.
I see. And Kese, how about yourself?
I can really only choose between Neko, Jade, and Bernice.
He's gonna get
All of the other
Neko for
characters are
just to like
maxed out.
spite me, like, haha, R2, I got the Neko from the picker.
Oh man.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, yeah, I just need one more Neko. You know what? I'm gonna do it just to fucking spite you.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do it.
That's so funny.
I could have got Jade or Bernice because I don't have either one of them, but nah, I'm finishing the Neko. I gotta spite R2.
I was gonna say something, but I'll keep it to myself because it's just more hated.
More Neko slander.
No, it's not Neko this time.
No, bro, like,
Fufu slander this time,
bro,
then?
like,
No, it's related to a character you can pick, but I'm not gonna say it.
first it was Fufu, now it's Neko. What's the next character you're hating on today? who's the next character you're gonna hate on?
Oh my god! You know, there's 3 limited characters you can choose from on that thing. All of them are pretty old at this point. One of them got buffed, and is still the worst option to pick out of those 3.
You leave Brain Rot Girl alone. I don't have her, but you leave her alone.
Okay, no, it's Tech. see someone struggling because their account doesn't have much anomaly options, and the hardest boss in the game to clear, like definitively, is Miasmic Fiend. So naturally, you see this opportunity to grab a newly buffed anomaly character, Bernice. Oh fuck, Fire Rest, 15k, GG's.
It's actually a little bit insulting that they made Miasmic Fiend have fire resistance. I don't even understand why, but well, it is what it is.
Bernice is actually good now though, or decent.
Yeah, she's alright actually.
But I still think Jane and Chingy are better picks.
I mean, it really feels like they are pushing everyone to top up so they can get Jane in large part because although the characters, exactly, right? Although the characters you have to top up for, Jane is getting a completely free skin. Absolutely no strings attached. You will get that skin with no spending needed. You literally just have to click on it and claim it. Not even like a Vivian situation.
Oh, the catch. The rat costs $155.
Yeah, but if you don't have the rat, you're gonna have to go as part of that top-up event to get to.
That's pretty smart.
But yeah, we are getting a free Jane outfit. We're also getting a Yeishin Guang outfit. This one is not free. This one is a paid one.
Which is literally the only reason I'd pull her. By the way, like,
you like the skin?
Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like her. Like I said earlier into this, I really like her visual standpoint, but until I actually play the character myself, right now I'm on the fence. Like, I have to play her, and if I don't enjoy playing her, then I won't pull her. If for some reason she ends up blowing my mind and I have way more fun than I expect to, then I will get her. But I am tempted to pull her even if I hate her gameplay. I'm tempted to pull her just because I love that skin. I'm so tempted.
That's based.
It is a very good skin, I think.
That skin is so good.
That's nice. I want Section 6 skins, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in full agreement. I'd love to see, some... I mean, they've even been having, for those that keep up with the merch releases in China,
they are so good, actually.
Some of like the casual Section 6, like Yanagi and Miyabi, and they're having their own, what is it? Statues.
Just like the concert. Yeah, the concert like merch. The Miyabi outfit is so good for that. The horror one too.
Looks amazing.
I might pre-order that statue. It's pretty cheap.
I will do myself as soon as it goes up on Ami. I'll be doing that myself. Yeah, because they look really good, and it'd be great if we had those kinds of outfits, and especially like these more casual outfits, which is precisely what Yeishin Guang got. And I think there are a lot of people. I recall saying, it's going to be there's going to be like a limitation on the outfits because they really don't seem all that. We haven't really gotten any long skirts in the game. The only one that we really have is Rina, but she floats. She doesn't really,
do like walk.
Yeah.
Or run.
So it's kind of, because of physics limitations, we're never really going to get a long skirt in the game. And then here comes Yeishin Guang with a pretty long skirt, and it looks amazing. It's not, it's a very nice outfit, I would say, without being too goonery, which is not something you can say for Jane's outfit, I suppose, but it's pretty solid, I think. Solid outfit. Yeah. Any thoughts on the Jane outfit, actually? Because, as I said, it's quite a goony outfit. I've seen there have been some edits of the outfit as well going around on Reddit. So,
bro, someone had an edit without the skirt within like an hour of the live stream. I was like, oh my god, better, it does look so much better. It's crazy.
I agree.
It's way better.
It is very weird how we're getting a summer swimsuit skin, although that's the thing, right? It doesn't really look. If they're gonna go for like a sarong, you might as well go all the way, which I guess is why that skirt looks so awkward. But we're getting a Jane summer skin after Christmas. Well, before the new year, Well, I suppose. What can I say?
It's so funny.
I'm from the southern hemisphere, right? So it's technically summer there. So
my family is in summer right now.
Yeah, maybe it is time for a swimsuit.
Ooh. Man, I'm looking at these like Zenless Festival figures, like the Haru. Like these skins, like why are they not in game? It's so sad.
It is actually really frustrating. They also had some promotional material that they shared for different characters. What was it? I know Ishuan, for example, had a casual outfit as well that she she had.
I actually like that
teasers.
one. I actually like that Ishuan outfit.
Exactly.
Like when I like it, you know it's good because it's fucking Yishuan.
So it was a very decent outfit.
Oh, no.
And I'm just surprised why don't they release these kinds of skins? You know, could we use some of that?
R2, control yourself.
Yeah.
You
What did I do?
I could feel it. I could feel it in your voice. You were this close to crashing out on how much you hate Ishwin. No, control yourself. Control yourself.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Oh my god.
It's like 9/11 for him.
The Ishwan hate.
Bro, that I got the notification of that video. And all the title was "I hate Ishwin," and then I click on the video, and it was "I hate Ishwin." And I was like, "Damn, this is gonna be good."
Credits roll.
Oh god. I think there is outfits aside, there is some more things we're going to be getting. This 2.5 patch is a loaded patch, isn't it? And we are going to be getting co-op,
Yes.
which is something that we discussed previously,
Yes.
but not in the way most people thought.
Well, okay. Wait, do I have the to go ahead
You have the
take this
floor,
one?
continue.
You're already
Thank
talking,
you.
guy.
Thank you. I appreciate you for letting me have the floor, Lynn, my brother. See, look here. I've been waiting for co-op since the very beginning of this game, okay? Because they released a developer note or letter. Maybe I'll link it in the description so people who are newer to the game who haven't saw that can see what I'm talking about. But they said from the very beginning of the game's launch that co-op was eventually coming. So I've always had it on my channel, if you become a member, that you'll have priority for co-op, and that's been a thing on my memberships for a long time. And like I've just been waiting for co-op, and it's finally here. But you are right, it's here in a different way. What I want a lot of people to understand, because I'm seeing a lot of like confusion on this co-op event. This co-op event is basically a beta. The devs need to test it first with a few characters before they implement it permanently, because the last thing we want is for them to implement a permanent co-op and then it just be nothing but bugs, doesn't run smooth, netcode's terrible. Like, no, I'm very actually glad that they're doing this and testing it first and seeing how it runs before they just fully implement it.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfectly fair. Because there was always a question in the air, right? Because some characters we essentially got, revamped, I suppose, or had special changes to help accommodate them for co-op. And they kind of need to do that, right? Because, well, how the hell are you going to play Trigger in co-op? That just doesn't work. How are you going to play Astra
Just like Nikkei.
in co-op, right? Just to, well, you press E and then you just wait and you just sit there spamming basic attack, I guess. So I guess they needed to have start with a certain pilot to see how things work. Although I'm kind of curious to see how ultimates and kind of chain attacks, as I think from the live stream they did show a little weird, like it was a different chain attack, right? It wasn't quite the chain attacks that we used to. You could use chain attacks even out of stun.
Yes.
Which was quite interesting. So it seems like they're completely overhauling how certain fundamental game systems work to be able to support co-op, which is
the team that I am looking forward to the most in co-op that isn't playable in first beta?
Which is?
It will be Miyabi Yanagi and Harumasa.
Miyabi, Yanagi, and Harumasa.
There is actually a way for Section 6 to be like an insane team, but it would only work in co-op where every character is on field at the same time. Because you'd have Miyabi and Yanagi, doing the whole Miyanagi thing, like that team already works.
Mm-hmm.
But then Harumasa, because the other characters are on field constantly, they are passively also feeding him anomaly quivers. So you have all three characters doing their damage at the same time, and it actually works properly. I think that'll be an insanely fun team in co-op once that becomes a thing.
That would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
But would it do more damage than? Obviously, wait. I want to make sure I say them first. When it comes to co-op, I'm gonna be doing the most wacky shit. Fuck meta. Like I'm gonna be I'm gonna be doing what I think is just gonna be fun and troll and wacky. But I am curious if people were trying to quote unquote do the best teams in co-op. would that do more damage than just 2 DPS and a support?
I don't know, maybe. I should think Chingy will be tech in co-op. Because Chingy basically becomes like a better version of Trigger, because she's always stunning now. It's faster than that. And you're getting a bigger multiplayer.
Yeah, Chingy is actually like, her kit is like perfect for co-op.
And she's really fun. Like Chingy on field,
Yes.
Chingy DPS is so
Chingy,
underrated.
yes.
It's
Chingy,
so fun.
in my opinion, Chingy is the most fun electric agent in the game to play as a DPS.
like second for me,
It's just like, god damn it, I wish she was built like a DPS, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Chingy's awesome.
Yeah, we're also not just getting the co-op system, which has players directly engage with each other, be on the field at the same time. We're also getting the ones where you get to post specific notices for other players to do the homework for you, which is the guild system, right? We're gonna have. Well, it's not technically called the guild system.
Oh, nah, I see what you did there. I do see what you did there, Lynn. You think you're slick? Nah, go back.
What do you mean?
Nah, we want to hear how you feel about co-op and what you gonna do, homie. Come on.
I'm actually quite excited for co-op if it ends up having challenging content. I think the only fear that I have is that it will end up being a very kind of one and done situation. It's like, oh, you do it a little bit and then you kill the boss or the enemy in like 20 seconds.
2 seconds.
Although to be honest, even there, I think there has the potential for speedrunning. I think team speedrunning with co-op could genuinely be really cool.
Look, Lynn, I'm gonna tell you right now, triple zhao is already a challenge, my homie. You don't got to worry about that. We all run zhao.
That's peak. Wait, that's peak. Triple trouble.
So if you
Labubu just running around.
If you want
my
challenging content, we can come up with challenging content. That's not a problem.
That is
It's
true.
no Hugo Totalized tournament, but it's good, close enough.
The limit is your imagination. So yeah, I think co-op will be pretty cool. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. As also because I do have myself also an M6 slider, just like yourself, KT. So I do feel like strolling in with the M6 slider, being the support that everyone needs. That's
I am the brokest man in this VC. What the fuck? How many M6s do you have?
I think Lynn has more. I think Lynn has more than me.
I say that as I do.
Yeah, Lynn has more than I do.
That's insane. I don't have a
probably
single.
do, yeah, I have quite a lot. Yeah.
The most I have is the M3 Haru, and then it's just like M1 Chingy, M1 Dial, and that's it. What the fuck?
It was actually funny too, because someone on my stream a while ago, Lynn, was like, "Yeah, I really respect Lino because he actually shows non-whale content, And I was like, brother, Lynn's like one of the, he's like one of the biggest ones.
I know an M6 Yanagi. I know that.
Yeah, M6 Yanagi.
The first time I
M6
had you
Evelyn,
over
M6
for a
Evelyn.
podcast.
If
You mentioned it.
If it's I mean, there are, let's say, M6 Banue as well, of course. Can't skip that one. I got very lucky with Banue as well. It was my first ever, double drop when I did a tempo and I got 2 Banues.
So happy
in
for
one
you,
pool.
bro.
And I'm just thinking, this is the stuff that happens to other people. This shouldn't happen to me. I must go out and buy a lottery ticket or something. What's this kind of luck? But yeah, I'm just very fortunate to have access to Creator Server because then I can do M0 content there. Otherwise, in a way, I'm technically griefing my account every time I roll for Mindscapes because now the account becomes unrelatable. So I can't do like M0 kills.
Oh no.
Unrelatable content.
Oh, if I need
which-
M0 testing, I have plenty of people. I have BB Penguins and plenty of other
Penguins is OP.
and plenty of other people who will just let me borrow their account, so I don't have to worry about my account being a whale account.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, thankfully for now I have Creator Server, but in the future, who knows?
Okay.
Put a post out there to
Okay.
borrow some M0,
but,
M0 P1 content.
But yeah, you were talking about guilds. I'm sorry for bringing you back to co-op. It's just because I wanted to hear how you felt about it. I felt like you were trying to get out of
Like I
that.
said, No. I do like co-op. I think it'd be pretty cool. Just because my experience with co-op in previous Hoyo games has been rather lackluster. I think Genshin Impact's co-op is.
Wait, you're EU, right, Lynn?
I am indeed EU. Yeah.
Oh my god! Fucking finally, somebody I can play the game with.
That is another thing, I guess, which is everyone is like NA
Everyone's
or,
on NA.
or Asia
Oh,
server. So it's like, does anybody exist in Europe that
Wait, oh my god.
At
Wait.
the very least, Rivenus is in Europe. AOG is as well.
In a year, you're with M6 Yanagi, I'm with M6 Haru, and then some random third guy with M6
We need
Miyagi.
somebody with an M6 Miyavi.
Wait, that'd be sick.
Yeah, there's
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know who, but somebody.
a large portion of my community. Like I believe last time I looked at YouTube analytics, 51% of my audience is Asian, like just Asian countries and like all together. And a lot of them have voiced to me that they're very upset they won't be able to play with me on co-op.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, this server split is very, very annoying. I guess it's just the nature of the game's networking setup.
Yep.
But well, at the very least, there are some people here in Europe for us that we'll be able to co-op with. So the dream is not quite dead yet.
Well, R2. I mean, R2's over exaggerated. He could just use BB Penguin's account.
I can, but that's not the same.
He has all the characters you have. What do you mean?
No, that's his Harumasa and his Lycon. That's not
Oh
mine.
my
There's
God.
a very big difference.
Oh
And I
my-
don't mean the build. I mean there's like a spiritual connection. Like when I'm like test driving someone else's Harumasa, it's like this is not a Saba. This is some fucking like corner store the bow guy.
I'm
Like,
texting him
this
right
is not
now.
the
I'm
Harumasa.
texting him right now. Yo,
I just find it hilarious because like
BB
hasn't
R2 said your Haru
Like I
is
own the
dog
Harumasa.
shit
The others are like cheap copies.
on podcast right
And I
now.
have the Lycon. It's you know how it's like the Herda and yeah, I have the Harumasa. It's different.
I'm just kind of I find it hilarious how in this podcast there has been this consistent theme of R2 just shitting on characters, right? You know, shit on Jafufu, you know, we're gonna
I'm shitting on my own
Nakamata,
characters.
You know, we're gonna shit on Beniz. And you know what? Let's shit on Harumasa too for good measure. Just other people's Harumasas, not my own, clearly.
Yeah, no,
Just
mine's great.
other
Mine's
people's.
goated. I have
Okay,
the Harumasa.
dang, okay, maybe it's a good thing. Oh, wait, I was texting BB Penguins for fun. Maybe it's a good thing I did. He just responded. He said, "Oh, too bad he's not built. Never mind, you wouldn't be able to use his account. His Haru's not built."
I know his Haru's not built anyway, but like I'm just saying, he does have him. He actually asked me this morning if we should build him.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Don't worry. We'll find an account for you, bro. Either that, or you guys find an EU account for me.
I guess to be honest, it's already hard enough finding EU players as it is.
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
Dude, I'm gonna have like so many hate comments on this fucking podcast. Damn, that R2 guy sucks.
Just a professional
Go on
hater, man.
strike.
You know, just you sticking through with the. I mean, there was even a little bit of trigger hate there as well, but we managed to avoid that one.
Wait, what?
And a little bit of Ishwap,
Oh,
that
I
was
did
mostly
mention
Kite just bringing up the video. So we still haven't covered all the bases, but
Well,
so there's still some more potential here.
The thing is, right? Like, if the character has an aftershock, R2 thinks they're terrible.
Except Yuza. Yuza gets like barely gets to survive. It's still annoying, but she's way too good. She's actually way too fucking good.
Clears the bar.
That
The
character's
one
way too
aftershock
good.
character.
Yeah. Anyway,
mean-
guilds? Question mark?
Yeah, guilds. I'm gonna be honest. I personally am not too familiar with how the guild system actually works. My understanding from what we kind of had in the live stream is that players can kind of post commissions for other players to take on, and that's kind of the extent of my understanding of it. I suppose potentially put like a notorious hunt commission or something, and then maybe another player can take that up. But even then, that might be my misunderstanding of how the system is meant to be set up. I know that it is at the very least going to be kind of a community-based system where people can kind of join these guilds or clans or whatever, and work together to acquire points and to complete these different commissions. But I am actually not all that familiar with what it will involve or how it will work. Yeah, it is at the very least some kind of social integration within the game, because right now you can add people as friends and you do have the little chat option where you can send the funny little stickers to people. But aside from that, there is effectively very little cooperation within the game. I suppose we had the arcade, if you are into the snake jewel, something of that sort. And then we have
Insane
the occasional events like Bangbu Fall Guys or the TFT ones. Although these are more kind of adversarial rather than cooperative, where you're going against other players.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like so real with you. I have no idea what these guilds are gonna do, like at all. I paid no attention to it, but it might be tech for like stream content. You know, I get like my community in like my guild, whatever. I don't know, the R2 dojo. Sure, that's what my Discord server is called. And then people post their commissions, and I just do the commissions on stream or something. I don't know. But I don't know, it'll be cool to just have, I guess, you know, it's more things to do in the game, potentially. Not sure how I feel about it yet.
How about you, Kite? You were very excited about co-op, and now we're going to have a guild system. What's your take on it?
I've already gotten hundreds of requests to join my guild, and I don't know what to do.
First come, first serve, lottery system.
It can't be that. Like, I think I have to, like, the people who have obviously, like, supported the channel the most have to probably get like first access, but after that I have no idea, because how many people could be in a guild?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't think they
5.
I can try and have a look at the live stream as well just to make sure. I don't think they specified how many could be in the guild. I'm not sure if there was a little sign of, oh, you know, you can have X out of Y people within the guild. But I know that a lot of these systems in similar games, you can increase the limit as the guilds level up. I'm not sure if that will be the case with zzzero. But I don't think we have a clear view of.
Because it could be like 500 or it could be like 20. You know, I don't know. Could be worrying.
Yeah, can be a pretty big range. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm the exception here when it comes to guilds, because I find moderating a Discord server really annoying, so I don't even have one. And I don't really have much of, haven't fostered much of a community. I don't think I'm just going to post my stuff. So the situation was like, well, I guess I can make a guild. I don't know. I'll see how things go. I'll figure it out. But I also haven't paid too much attention to it. Because I guess
Bro, you gotta start being more social. What the hell are you doing all day? You gotta start being more social.
Bro, I have
no Discord, no nothing.
I try so hard to like get Lynn to be more social. It's a struggle.
Yo, I gotta make we gotta have a Zenless Zone Zero Minecraft server. Boom.
The Minecraft server. Oh god.
That'll be cinema. That's free stream content for me, actually. I've been struggling to find things to do on streams. I actually really like streaming. It's just fun. But I don't do account reviews, so I don't have much to do. So sometimes I'm just like, man, what the hell do I do? I played fucking Sonic Unleashed a couple months back. I did a few Minecraft streams. I need something to do, man. So that's why I'm hoping guilds give me something, or co-op. Just some content, things to do. It's fun.
Yeah, there's only so much Deadly Assault that can be grinded.
Yeah, sort of grinding Threshold instead. It's actually a lot more fun.
Because I guess you have a lot more variety of bosses that you can pick, right?
You don't have the anomaly nerf. It makes things so much more pleasant to play.
Yeah. So I think they will probably have a limit on the amount of commissions you can take, because at the very least you have the amount of limit on the rewards that you can get from those commissions.
That's fine.
I'm not sure how it will go, but I doubt it will be something infinite.
Imagine the game's that's enough Zenless for you and just crashes the game, forcefully crashes it.
You have handled 253 commissions today. It might be time for a break.
Game just closes.
But yeah, that's Ghost System. There's actually one more thing as well. I think there's another system overhaul that they are going to be doing to the
small
game.
Little feature.
Just a small little feature indeed, which is going to be the ability to select your substats. For those that are not aware, we do currently have tuning calibrators, which you can use to select a drive disk's main stat when you are rolling for it at Elfie's Bardic Needle. And what this new system will include is that you can now convert, I believe, 2 of these tuning calibrators to one item that will allow you to select the substat on your drive disk. So you could have your main stat selector. It's going to be, okay, I'm going to have 5 damage bonus D5, and I want a crit damage on that disk. And you're able to have 2 substats if you use 2 of this special item that you convert. And with that, you can have not only a specific main stat on the drive disk that you want, but also 2 other substats that are compatible with that, right? So you cannot force, like, if you roll a crit damage d4, you cannot have crit damage as a substat in that disk because it matches the main stat. So you still do have to abide by the game's standard rules.
You're bound by the laws of the video game still.
Exactly. You cannot cheese it with the items. But it is hopefully a way for people to start getting better drive disks, because as it stands, Kite, you were just before the stream started, you were talking about your lovely experience with rolling for D1s on seeds, so
Bro,
it can be quite frustrating.
So I know R2 is probably like sick and tired of me every single day. He probably is getting very annoyed of it, but I'm gonna continue to do it and he can't stop me. But every day
I do not care.
I give him updates on my journey to #1 seed on Rivenous site Internet Network, and I'm so close to finally having 40 plus subs on her. I just need a better first slot. And I've gotten 6 drive disc ones that have crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent on them, and they all rolled like shit. I'm just over it, bro. Because like a subset selector is not gonna fix that, because you can select the substats, right? But you can't guarantee the rolls. So it's pain.
Yep. Still getting trolled on that one.
Yeah,
Maybe I can get my horror to 45 subs with this
45.
I mean, that's what I want. I want to honestly.
I have 5 different horror builds that are all at 40 on different sets.
If you were to simply use if you go for a full rainbow build, just whatever has the highest substats, how many substats can you get on your Harumasa?
I think 42.
42.
Because I mean, actually can't really cheese it like with Bonway, because my Harumasa, like, all my best discs that I farmed were for Harumasa. So if I go all rainbow, like for all the best discs, they're all fucking Thunder Metal.
Just a 6-piece Thunder Metal.
His best set is just his Thunder Metal set. My Thunder Metal Miyabi is also 44 if you count AP, so you know. They're just all on that one set.
44!
It's 40 subs and then 4 AP.
Well, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. I guess if you
still 40 baseline.
Ridiculous amount, yeah.
Yeah, I was on the stream on a call with him yesterday, and his chat was getting successfully rage baited by it because his 44 sub Thunder Metal Miyabi was doing better than his 34 sub Branch and Blade.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're talking 10 substats in difference, that's like an entire that's more than like a whole entire
it's literally an entire disc.
Yeah.
But with Haru, I have a 40 sub Puffer, 40 sub Hormone, 40 sub Thunder Metal, two of them actually, one for attack, one for pen, but none above 40. So maybe I could go for that. Or I can get a 40 sub Shadow.
Anytime somebody comes in the video and says, "Oh, these 35 substats are awfully unrealistic," I'm like, "Look, man, just look at R2." And
my Grace is 33. I know someone that has a 35 sub Yanagi as well.
Wait, 33 on an anomaly unit? Jesus.
Yes, my Grace is 33, but Flo has a 35 Yanagi.
Flo, do you?
Flo's Yanagi is insane, man.
It's crazy. I think even like in chains with his Alice, which is also a loaded out of your ass, was like what 33, 34 subs or something. 35 is just out of this world.
Yeah, and
at the very least, actually,
for 41.
For anomaly units, the substat selector will be very good, because making sure that you get both AP and attack percent on discs is already a struggle at times. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a normalization between anomalies.
You know what? Maybe I can actually finally have a good ether damage 5 for my Vivian.
True.
What's your current ether damage 5?
Oh, it's attack, because I don't have an ether damage 5.
Oh, you don't even have. Okay. I guess that tells me everything I need to know.
Hey, she still has 510 AP, so that's good enough, right?
Pog.
Yeah. I think it will be a pretty big deal as well, because we are getting also getting a new set, right, with 2.5. We're getting the Whitewater Ballad, which is just exclusive to Yeshengwang. Nobody else can use it.
I hate it. I hate that so much.
Fun, bro.
It's very frustrating.
Can I rant about that?
Go ahead.
Like, I was so praying that they changed the 2-piece to either crit damage or at least pen ratio or something, right? Because at least with Miyabi, her two-piece was very good and very flexible on many agents, right? So even if you didn't have Miyabi, farming that domain was not bad at all. But with Ye Xiongguang's domain, like if you don't have these characters, brother, it's fucking rough. It's very rough. Oh, I hate it so much.
Yeah, it doesn't help that Shining Area, which is the other set, is also just ether damage plus 10% on the two piece. Both of them are just damage percent on the two piece.
It's so rough.
And they're both very specific as well, which I guess the White Water Ballad is very clearly a Xiongguang set. You know, it's just exclusively for her. And Shining Area does seem to be a bit of a specific set as well, I guess. Where so for the 4-piece effect for that one is that when the equipper's basic attack hits an enemy, they get an anomaly proficiency increase by 36, lasting 8 seconds. So that's actually okay. That is something that a lot of different anomaly units can use. However, the key part of the set is when an enemy or any enemy in the field is stunned, the equipper's damage increases by 25% for 18 seconds. So it is a stunner anomaly set. And I think what's interesting about here is that unlike many of the sets that we've had recently, like White Water Ballad, who has a bonus that depends on the character being of the attack row, Shining Area does not have any row restrictions. It is just anybody can use this set. So as we know, Angels of Delusion are most likely going to be the next upcoming set of characters coming in for 2.6, as that would align with the whole, you know, you have your big patch, your kind of half year patch or half a version patch, and then the ones right after are going to be the idols, the singers, the that kind of musical theme. So it seems very, very likely that Shining Area is going to be related to one of these characters, these upcoming idol characters.
I wonder who.
What are your thoughts?
I wonder. It definitely couldn't be for the Shining Arya. It definitely couldn't be for Arya. No way. No way. There's no way, right?
I exhaled so sharply that hurt my fucking mouth.
His astral voice for Astra, Kete? You tell me.
You tell me, Lynn. The fuck? You tell me.
It's actually not. We have Moonlight now. But,
well, yeah, I am a Moonlight stan, but when it first came out, it was 100% for Astra. Look, I have two things. One, petition to make all 2-piece drive sets that are elemental damage bonus, make them just damage bonus instead of specific. That way they can actually be way more fucking generic and flexible to be used. So like just 2-piece damage bonus in general, because it's the same thing. And then 2, like I know we're not talking leaks on this, but like I don't even think it's a leak. Like they've already showed the teaser for the idols. We know the girl with the pink hair name is Arya. Like there's no way, bro. There's no way it's not her set. Like I don't even think
any leaks to talk about at this point. It's literally just what they've shown. And it's
bro, there's no way that's not her set, bro. Like I refuse.
Which is quite interesting because we have had previous concept art of the angels kind of shared and publicized, and those had what is it, like Nangongyu, which is the pigtails girl with the mace flails, right? The morning star flails. And what you'd expect, well, if you're gonna have a stun, a set that increases your damage when enemies are stunned, well, you'd think it'd go to her, right? But as you say, right, Shining Area, is it gonna go to Nangongyu? Or
that could just be put on Arya, who's probably the ether anomaly, and then one of the other idols can be a stunner. So basically, they're basically saying you need to run a stunner on Arya's team.
Yeah, which I guess is going to be. Are they going to be a very fixed team, a very packaged deal? Because I think it is something that we've had historically, and even now with 2.5, where you look at Zhao and Ye Xiongguang and even Dylan, right? And the game almost kind of expects you to run all these characters together. And I suppose, will the Angels of Delusion be very strictly tied to each other, or do you think there'll be potential for them to be running with some of the older previous characters that we have?
We're wrapping up the podcast soon, right? So
We are.
Yeah,
can we go ahead and just rip the band-aid off then, Lynn?
What do you mean?
So I uploaded a video the other day. I had R2 with it. It was basically a mini collab. He came on stream, and we were talking about the possibility of a stun agent for anomalies. So I gave 3 ideas. Like, there's obviously other ways you can do it. These are just the 3 that came to my head off the top, and I want to give them all 3 to you, and I want you to give me your thoughts and opinions.
Okay.
If they make a stun agent for anomaly characters, the first way I thought is you can make it where they consider the enemy in the stun state for anomaly damage. The second way is a traditional stunner, kind of like Chingy, in the sense like you just get the stay, you get the daze, get the stun, you give buffs. And then the third way is like a hybrid where they do daze, but they also contribute to getting anomaly app and disorders. What's your thoughts?
So what was the first thing you said?
Consider so you know how Trigger will give you the stun damage multiplier even outside of stun,
yeah.
and you know how Yeshun Wong will get the stun damage multiplier in her enlightened mind state. What if you made a stunner for anomaly agents that considered the enemy in stun, but just for anomaly procs?
I see. That's quite interesting, actually. I mean, if I was going to make a stunner for anomaly agents, I wouldn't do any of these. I think, first of all, just the wording of the Shining Area set implies that the enemy has to be stunned.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be a situation like Mission Guang where you could just have the stun damage multiplier. Like, they have to be stunned. So it has to be the stun state. So kind of like the Lycan interaction that we talked about earlier. So from that wording alone, I think it's probably going to be closer to your option number 2, or at the very least option number 3. But what I was thinking is part of the reason why anomaly agents tend to struggle with stun, or at the very least for me, is the anomaly ICD and the Zorder ICD. Because there's only so many anomalies that you can fit in stun as a result of these internal cooldowns. You quite literally cannot apply them any faster. If you do, the game will not allow you to get your disorder trigger. And part of the whole reason why stuns can be useful for anomaly units is that stun damage multiplier is essentially an enemy-sided debuff. And for those that aren't aware of it, when you apply an anomaly, whatever damage you're applying, whatever build-up you are doing, can be in stun, can be out of stun, the enemy can have death threat, can not have death threat, it doesn't matter. It all does not care about it, right? It's just going to be based on your player, your agent's stats, and at the time of the application. However, when the damage tick occurs, when you have an anomaly proc, when you have a disorder, that cares about the enemy state, whether or not they're stunned, whether or not they have death threat applied to them, if there are any kind of debuffs that they happen to be suffering from at the time, which could increase the total damage. And the problem is you cannot, because disorders are going to be like that, they are the singular tick of damage that does benefit from the stun damage multiplier. The way that I see a stunner working, or an anomaly stunner, will be one that either heavily promotes the infliction of disorders during stun, either by kind of removing the internal cooldown, or having like a system similar to Yanagi where you can get polarity disorders or something of that sort that will bypass it.
My God. Lynn.
Go on.
If they removed the anomaly ICD in stun, Alice and Yanagi would abuse that shit. Holy fuck.
Not really, they already know it.
Yeah, Yanagi wouldn't really care about it.
Yanagi already ignores it.
Polarity disorder, right? So that's the point. But Alice would massively benefit.
Oh, but I was thinking of like a double anomaly team with Yanagi in stun. But maybe you just run Yanagi hyper carry.
To be honest, I guess it could work even like just like Yanagi Vivian. You can currently struggle with. You do kind of hit the cap very easily.
Yeah.
Vivian doesn't really apply that much ether though, so like it doesn't really come up. Vivian doesn't apply that much anomaly, so it doesn't really come up that often.
I think the thing is when her blooms combined with, if you time her reacts, special users, and then her ultimate as well. Even when I was doing like UCC runs, for example, it can be kind of annoying to, especially when you have the sheer amount of damage or anomaly that she builds with her ultimate. Kind of have to time it so that as soon as you get the ether, it kind of builds it up, because she gets the ether anomaly when she shoots the thing down, the little flower down, and then after each individual tick can trigger an anomaly again. But you can also just think about, like Yanagi Alice teams, I suppose, and the like, which would certainly struggle with anomaly and the Zordrai CD in that sense. Yanagi generally probably wouldn't care all that much about it, but Alice absolutely would. I think that would be a way of making the standard be more generalized and work beyond just the Angels of Illusion. Yeah.
Yes, Alice would be so good with that. Holy shit.
Considering that we are getting Alice rerun on the current patch, who knows? Maybe they might look to make a character coming up soon, because we will get the live stream, right? That will reveal the kit for both of these characters before 2.5 version ends and before these banners are rotated out. And that maybe might get people to roll for Alice. If it's a standard that would be very compatible with her. So
perhaps.
Yeah. But we have been yapping for quite a while, so I think it's about time for us to close the podcast and go on our merry ways. I think we did not do introductions at the beginning, however we should do a few outros. So R2, let's start with you. Who are you and where can we find you?
I am not answering those questions. Why would you want to come to my house? Anyhow. I'm R2. I do mostly clears with the characters that I like playing. So that's mostly Horamasa, and sometimes other DPSs.
He's lying, by the way.
You can find me on YouTube. What?
You're lying.
What am I lying about?
You said that you like doing clears with the characters you mostly like to play. Then tell me why every time I join your stream, you're fucking using Jafufu.
I'm not gonna drop that.
Oh my god. Anyway, you can find me on YouTube. That's kind of it. I don't know. I just do clears, and sometimes I do funny things on stream. True.
Like using Jafufu.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. No sane man would use Jafufu.
I guess next up we have Kete, which is where the channel where this podcast will be uploaded. So I should hope most of our audience is aware of who you are. But just
who's this guy?
I'm a bang boo. Yeah, Kete the 7th. Join the Discord. We're almost at 10,000 members, and make sure you guys sub up on Lino and R2. Great guys. They're my two favorite content creators to hate. I tell them every day how much I hate them.
That's awesome.
I mean, am I lying?
Don't think so.
Exactly. So, but yeah, looking forward to a really big 2026. Hopefully.
Yeah, I share that sentiment, which I guess will close out with me. Lin O, and you can find me on YouTube. As mentioned in the podcast, I don't really have a Discord at the moment, but if you are looking for kind of character guides and kind of breakdowns of game mechanics and text and the like, then do check me out. And yeah, I think that's about it. It has been a while since we had the previous podcast, but this one had plenty of content, so hopefully we'll get to do these a little bit more often. And from me at least, I'm signing out.
Peace.